Oh, we are live. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, Nelly. Yes, yes, yes. Let's check out this. Let's check this out right now. Yes, yes, yes. Let's check out this. Yeah, we are doing good. Our audio is doing great. Okay. Okay, that's great to see. So we can put that away. Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. We are over in West Point Gray today for your neighborhood checkup. So howdy, howdy, nice to see you. We're in West Point Gray. This stream will be somewhat spotty. There is fewer cell phone towers up here. We are way, way on the west side of town. So yeah, here we are on the west side of town, and this is your neighborhood checkup where we check out the neighborhood and see what it's like. So come on with me right now as we check out West Point Gray. Awesome. Come right now. Let's go. We're currently at the intersection of Sassamat and West 10th Ave here. And we're going to first cover the West Point Gray, or the Point Gray Village up here. They drop the west and they turn it into Point Gray. Okay, so welcome. Hey, Justin, nice to see you. Good to have you on the stream. Let's keep going here. So welcome to West 10th Ave. This is part of our old neighborhood here. I used to live over at UBC, so we'd be over here all the time. Some things have changed. Very interesting to see. Looks like we're doing well right now. Okay. But if we do get any buffering, feel free to let us know. Just passing the Point Grey Pharmacy. You won't get really good service out of there unless you're a long-term local and friend of the store owner. They like follow me when I walk into that pharmacy. They just follow me around, and I mean without a camera. So weird. But this place, this is great. This is Gold Train right here. They're awesome. And we're passing by Top Produce right on over here, and the nationally televised cat. A lot of people will say Top Produce is really good up here. The real reason is the only thing up here. That is your only grocery store in this area. Otherwise, there is no grocery store. Except for the Japanese grocery store down the street, and that thing is not big in any way, shape, or form. So we'll do the loop over here, and then we'll end up back at Sassamon in the end. You can see we're passing the West Point Gray branch. This is still my local branch. I have not changed my card. I should change it to the downtown branch, but don't need to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. An everyday sushi bar right here. And they've extended into Vietnamese and banh mi sandwiches as well. Very interesting. So, welcome to West Point Gray. Very, very quiet. Very different type of neighborhood up here. Okay, a lot of large single-family dwelling homes. If you looked at the description, I tried to include the prices in here. The rent over here is anywhere from $2,400 to $4,000. The reason why the rent is here, there's not a lot of rental units here, even in the single-family dwelling homes. Okay, and the other thing is, it's prime for the university students. So there's a lot of university students who want to live over here. You're really close to the university if you live over here, but you're also close to some different restaurants off of campus that are amazing to go to. So this is where they want to live if they want to live close to campus. Otherwise, beyond that, you got a few towers in here along this stretch. After that, there's not a lot of towers in the neighborhood. There's Bellevue Tower right there. We have friends who live in that one. They moved downtown too. This is also an area that a lot of new people will move to and then move out of. And that also goes for the University Endowment Lands and some of the units over in the University Endowment Lands too. They're more apt to take people from out of town. So this is the area that you'll often find some people in when they move from out of town, including myself and Asif. Of course, we took units over in the University Endowment Lands off of campus, but we could have as easily lived over here as well. And you can see a lot of these are tailored towards universities. And a lot of these buildings are a lot older than you think. They've been around since the start of the UBC University in the 1940s. So they've been here for quite a long time. Robert, good to have you on the stream. Nice to see you. Yeah, we got Justin here too. Good to have you on the stream. We're on West 10th Ave over in West Point Grey, and we're doing a neighborhood checkup. This is what Gil Hermy asked for, one of our channel members. When I asked him what neighborhood we should do next, he was the first person to respond to the post, so I decided, hey, I'm going to come on up here. We got to knock it off of the map anyway, so we're up here right now. Good to have you on the stream. Now for a neighborhood checkup, we largely kind of go through the neighborhood, check it out, look at housing, okay, stop by some of the important parks on over here, and maybe stop by a restaurant, see if we can grab something to eat. There goes the 99 UBC line bus right now. That is heading out. And over here is the Westgate building. These are condominium units. They're not rented out to the university students. And then across the street here, that is the University Endowment Lands. All the way in there, a few more blocks and bits, is where Asif and me used to live. Now we could go wandering through here, but this is going to get very buffery very fast. So you can just remember that there's big homes all the way along this stretch here. We're going to cross the street in just a moment. This is the intersection of West 10th and Blanca. There's another 99 UBC commercial Broadway bus. We'll cross the street in just a moment. Just waiting for the lights to change. You can see how rural it feels up here. So you got the University Golf Club right here too. And this makes the border. On this side is the University Endowment Lands, and on this side is West Point Grey. West Point Grey does have a little section up there, further up off of West 4th Ave, but over here, nope. Look at that. University student on a skateboard, it looks like. Let's keep going. I'm going to walk through the West Point Grey neighborhood first to give you a taste of the Point Grey neighborhood, which is one of the major, which is the only real major retail strip in the area. There's a few other pockets of retail in the area, including the Jericho Village Plaza. And there's not a lot more retail than up here. And Sassamat Towers right here. Matt, good to see you. Yeah, Robert's here, Justin's here. Good to see you as well. Yeah, we're over in West Point Grey doing a neighborhood checkup today. So yeah, we're checking up and checking out the neighborhood, seeing what's going on over here in West Point Grey. Good to have you on the stream. Yeah. This is Bellevue Towers right here. Do you know the inside layout of these rooms because we had friends who lived here. It was awesome. They have these big apartments over here. Instead of like 500 square feet, they got like 600 or 700 square feet. So that's another thing that draws people to this area. You can see right here, we've seen a few that have had vacancies. There's no vacancies at this one. Very, very nice. Of course, if you were to come and rent right now would be a good time to rent. The students have moved out. You can see here, this vacancy right on over here. And this smaller building. We always saw people like moving in and out of this building too. Whenever we were visiting our friends, it's just very weird. It's probably not the best building in the world. That's okay. Not every building can be an amazing 10-star building. Looks like the quality is holding up, so that's good to see. This part of a West Point Grey is actually built on the top of the ridge here. So we are over here on the top of the ridge. This will connect with the Arbutus Ridge that runs right across the city and even over into the east side of town through Kensington Cedar Cottage and Renfrew Collingwood. So we are on top of a giant ridge right now. Matt, good to see you. Nice to have you on the stream. Yeah, nice to have you here. A cute little wine store in here, and it looks like a vape store moved into. Here's a local doggo park. This is where they used to have a Safeway grocery store, and they pulled out basically because the population over here wasn't going to sustain a Safeway grocery store. It's also a Tim Hortons that pulled out for the same reason, and a Starbucks. And it looks like there used to be a building here as well, an old fish and chip shop that was like gone before I visited. It looks like it's no longer there either, and it's just an empty plot. That's very interesting as well. And we'll walk through the neighborhood here on our neighborhood checkup. Checking up on the neighborhood and checking it out as well. There's some of the shops that we just walked past, including Top 10 Produce. Now, one thing that's interesting about this neighborhood is that we actually have a lot of high-level bureaucrats, both for the provincial government and the federal government, that live in this area. Again, homes here run anywhere between 2 million to infinity. There's like $20 million homes here and stuff like that too. So you will get those higher level bureaucrats that live in this area. It's a highly sought after neighborhood because it's quiet. It's away from a lot of the problems that you would see in other neighborhoods too.
Oh, is it bad? Is it bad?
Oh, look at this. This is new. Crazy Tang fusion tea and barbecue rice. Interesting. Interesting. Awesome. Good to see you. Nice to have you on the stream. Let's see what we got here. Looks like you can get like lamb chop on rice and all this stuff. And you get bubble teas here as well. That's interesting. Crazy Zang. Oh, look at this. You can get some hot dogs for $8.99. And a jasmine lemon iced tea. Okay. Yeah, let's go on in. Let's try it. See, and this is the old bubble tea shop that was over here, eh? Yeah, so there used to be an old bubble tea shop here back in the day. Yeah, I believe it was the Yi Fang bubble tea shop that used to be here. That's cool. That's really interesting. Let's hit the button. They may not have heard of us. Do they have unicorns at car? I don't see the unicorns. Where's the unicorns? Okay, anyways, yeah, it doesn't look like they want to come, so. That seems like a store that doesn't want to serve people. It's probably not a real store anymore. Who knows? I tried, guys. Let's cross the street here. Yeah, like no one came, no one acknowledged me, nothing. I'm like, is the person who something like that's the thing, like this is a very quiet neighborhood over here. They could just be out of the shop right now, grabbing some lunch themselves, and they just forgot to lock the door. Who knows? I'm not gonna critique them on their food because I haven't tried it yet. But hey, there's other places. We'll go. We'll stop by some other places. I wanted to try the new place though. There's Bombay masala over here. They have a really good Indian food on over here. What they do, they're very, very slow. Very slow with the service. So that's just something you need to be aware. Everyone in this neighborhood knows. So they know that they're going to go on in there and they're going to have the experience the way that they're going to serve the experience. And it's absolutely wonderful, but it does take a little bit of time for their food. And of course, any neighborhood on over here, you need your home hardware. Takes forever to get the food ready, but really good food. Yeah, I know. So it's worth going to. Just plan for a wait. Over here, this is Chickastra too. So friends told us they like this, and it is part of the House of Parada chain. So you'll find the House of Parada over on the Kingsway. They're really good too. It looks like they're closed right now. But the problem with Chickastra is that they have Italian, North American, and Indian food all in one menu. So it's a really confusing menu when you see like Italian lasagna right next to a butter chicken on the menu. Very interesting. Justin's like, the restaurant that we left probably has a 1-star. They probably have one staff member. So I'm not really gonna judge them. But yeah. Yeah, they probably have one staff member, and that staff member was probably having their lunch. Yeah, sleepy neighborhood, real sleepy. This is the ginger and chili. We never went here. We always found the prices to be a little overpriced. Like $30 for Chinese food when we can go to Richmond and get it for cheap. And if you're over here in this area or UBC, all you have to do is catch the 99 over to Commercial Broadway, and you're good. You can catch the bus down to train down to Richmond real quick. There it is right there. That's the old Tim Hortons. The Tim Hortons that left because there wasn't enough people in the neighborhood to serve the Tim Hortons. That's why Asa put Sleepy Neighborhood in there. butter chicken lasagna. I'm sure they have something like that. So there's some really awesome parts about, like, this Italian restaurant here is really nice. That's the mainstay here. Some really nice parts about this neighborhood. It's nice and quiet, it's nice and peaceful. You can see no one's causing me problems as they're walking down the street, even though I'm passing people. And people tend to mind their business on the surface here. Okay, here's some of the homes right here. Let's check those prices. 6 million, 5 million, 7 million. And like, these don't look like big, huge homes either. These look like homes that you would buy for $1 million right now in Ontario, but used to go for around 500,000, 4 million. Now this looks more like a mansion right here. This is 30 million. This is more like what a lot of people think about when they see West Point Grey. Nick's like, yeah, I'm real affluent over here. That's what you get when you work for the federal government. You can live over in West Point Grey. If you could hook up your job over here. That's the catch. Brooke, good to see you. Brooke's like, so not worth it. Yeah, so like I said, there's some really good points to this neighborhood. There's also some really big negatives as well. Okay, and there's a lot of stores, like I just showed you. Safeway pulled out, Tim Hortons pulled out, Starbucks pulled out. There's not a lot of, and Ooh La La Donuts used to be here too. Now they're on West 4th Ave just because they get more business on West 4th Ave. So real sleepy area, and that can be problematic sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, there's a give and a take. If you want like real quiet and you have the money to afford to live over here, you'll have a nice quiet lifestyle over here and it'll be awesome. But you need to remember that you're far away from a lot of other stuff, and your closest urban hub is probably going to be the university. This is the post office right here. It's called Molly's Stationery. Justice is like, to each their own. Brooks like, definitely a sleepy area. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But this is why we do the neighborhood checkup, so that you can see a neighborhood like this. Like, how often do you come to a West Point Grey and actually walk around? A lot of the time when people are coming through this neighborhood, they actually continue to take the 99 or the 14 all the way over to UBC. Okay? And then from there, sorry, I gotta hit the light. And then from there, they're over at the university. They're not over here. So, yeah, people really don't come here unless you live here. Or you're living on campus and you want to change of pace. A lot of university students will come down here to the sushi restaurants and enjoy them, or go to Gold Train that I showed you guys, that serves Vietnamese food, really good Vietnamese food, super late into the night. Like, there's, like I said, it's not all negative. And if you have a car, there's a gas station up here. And sometimes the prices are good, sometimes the prices are bad. But I've heard sometimes the prices are really good over here. There's your liquid sound, your hi-fi your home theater, your hi-fi, your smartphones, your audio, your turntables, all that type of stuff. You want to set up a whole home theater, a giant home theater, these are the people that'll do it for you right on over here. Okay, and that's something that you're going to find in a home where someone has a little bit more money. What do rich people eat? Everything the same thing that same thing poor people eat. Not really. But some of the restaurants over here just serve the same food but just for more money. This place is really struggling. Look, it doesn't even have any beds in its display case anymore. When we lived over at UBC, they had a whole bunch of single bed mattresses that they were selling in the windowsill. Now they got nothing. It's so intriguing. So intriguing to see. The condos over here will also go for anywhere from 800,000 to 1.5 million. Just to be in this neighborhood. There's a lot of good schools over here too, so including schools the former prime ministers worked at. Former prime ministers of Canada. We got a little cafe here. This is called Little Umbrella. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab something. There's a building over top of us, so if it buffers, you know why. Awesome. Hey, just keeping the camera on me. Can I get a mocha? Do you have, oh wait, hold on, you got ice stuff too? Can I get the Mango Island iced tea? That looks really good. To go. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is a cute little cafe right here. We'll just wait for our drink. There might have been a few people ahead of us, so we'll see if we have to wait a minute or two. Okay, not a big deal. Yeah, so this cafe has been here for ever since we moved out of the university area a couple of year or so back and moved to the downtown core. So it's been here for a while. Okay, and I don't know how long, but it's one of the staples down here. You'll often find a lot of students in here or people from the local neighborhood coming on in here having a nice coffee. On a rainy day, you'll see a bunch of students over at the front desk here, right here in the window, just sitting there doing their thing. Yeah, so we got the mango iced tea, so that's not ours. We gotta wait. Them's orders ahead of us. It looks like what's really cool about this neighborhood is like they've increased. Oh my gosh, Robert! Thank you for the $14.99 super sticker. I was not expecting that. That's greatly appreciated. There's a few other places I'm gonna try food in the neighborhood as we're walking through here. So yeah, that's definitely nice. Nice to have. Thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping that off. That's greatly appreciated. Okay, awesome. So we got a nice super sticker. What's really interesting over here is that we got some really good Wi-Fi reception. This area didn't necessarily always have the best Wi-Fi. The last few times that I streamed here, it was buffering a whole lot. So it's interesting to see that it's working a whole lot better now. And looking at the quality, especially even in here, like we're inside here and it's working fairly well. So there's two large mochas. Again, not us. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. There's the sticker right there. Yeah, we're doing great. Oh yeah, that audio's holding up really well. So yeah, we'll just get our drinky and then we'll keep going. Okay? So, won't take long. I think someone outside made some orders and now they're in a conversation. Oh, they're working on mine now. So actually, like, they work through the orders very fast. Thanks.
Thank you. Mine was the first 9 years. Yeah.
So this is our mango iced tea right here. It has a nice tea flavor that rolls in the background. It does have this like nice mango overtones to it. And this is a nice, cool, refreshing drink. If I lived in this neighborhood, I would come back here all the time. Mm-hmm. These drinks are good, so. Look at that, that's so tasty. But let's keep moving. Let's keep going. Let's check out more of the neighborhood. We'll head this way. And we're back on West 10th Ave here. Just gonna put this down for a minute. And there we go. Just fixing my shoe. And over here we have the old location of Ooh La La. It looks like we got a nice ice cream shop here. Now, and milk tea. Looks like we got bubble tea time here. So a new bubble tea shop has opened up here in replace of Ooh La La. That's good. Looks like they got everything from bubble tea down to chillers. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's keep heading up the way. Over here, there's actually 3 sushi bars on the same strip. Kumi Sushi Bar. It's a little more a little more mid. And then there's Sun Sushi, which is a little more affordable. And then finally there is Koi Sushi, which is more expensive. Here's the mixed bakery right on over here. So you can grab some fresh bread, and we're passing by Burgoo, the local pub in the neighborhood. Hold on. Something's going on. Cat dong. Nice to have you on the stream. Good to have you here. Ken's like, where else are you walking to other than the West Point Gray neighborhood? We're doing a neighborhood checkup. So we're going to be in West Point Gray today. This is the neighborhood we're checking up on and checking out. It's the whole part of the neighborhood checkups. Is to see parts of Vancouver that you may not have seen necessarily before, or re-explore places that you've already been. Over here, this is a nice coffee shop too. Nice little coffee hop. This is where you got your bean around the world. Nice place. And then over here, this is your local convenience store in the neighborhood. I love the dancing bear. I love it too. And like Robert is bringing up, tomorrow is our Friday Fried Chicken Walk, and I'll be doing the city crawl for Friday call. So the pre-stream to Asa's Friday Fried Chicken Walk. And keep an eye out for that over on his channel. Actually, no, there's 4 sushi restaurants. I forgot about Jaime. Jaime's right here too. This is about mid for prices. And then down here it'd be Sun Sushi. But we're going to turn here on the Sassanat and head on down deeper into the neighborhood over to the Trimble Park. Justin's like, can't wait for that Friday Fried Chicken. Yes, it'll be so sweet. So sweet. And so long as Asif didn't cheat on his Friday Fried Chicken today in his stream, there was parts of his stream where I was in meetings. There's other parts where I wasn't in meetings where I could attend his stream. If he cheated on his Friday Fried Chicken, we can all call him out for it. That's like, that's the pre-show. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. Let's take you through a neighborhood street here. Show you some of the homes that are in this neighborhood. You move one block off of the main strip and it gets all one barsy. Asif said he resisted fried chicken. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. That's a problematic flag, right? I'll keep going. Not sure what flag that is. I guess it's a pride flag of some sort. I can see the home, so I guess it's not problematic. I was like, that is not the pride flag. there's other flags for smaller subgroups in the queer community, so it's probably one of those flags. And the rattle of the ice in here. Look at these homes right here. You can definitely tell that someone of Asian origin lives in this home, because right on the door there, one of those stickers that they put up for New Year's. And you will find a large Asian population over here. Looks like the camera's holding up fairly well. And over here, this is these are the original homes that used to be in the area. These tiny little homes that used to be here. Because you got to remember, this area used to be not highly sought after at all. This actually used to be a place where poor people would come to live. Okay? And now it's one of the richest places in the entire city. Like when people walk through Shaughnessy, they're like, "Oh, Shaughnessy's the richest neighborhood." No, this is the richest neighborhood. West Point Grey is the richest neighborhood. Anyone who's telling you Shaughnessy is the richest neighborhood, they don't necessarily know their facts. This is so much richer and so much more political for all the politicians that happen to live here. Like we were at Sun Sushi one time and eating food just because we wanted to go to the sushi restaurant. And Harjit Sajjan, the old one of the old MPs in the former government, he's no longer in government, I believe. Okay, walked in, picked up some sushi for takeout. We were just sitting there going, "Oh, okay, cool." So Vancouver. Hey. That homeowner is sitting on a jackpot. Yeah, so there's quite a few people, quite a few older people that bought here or maybe inherited here when the homes were super cheap, okay? And now they're sitting on something that they can sell for a couple million, and then they'll tear down that house and put up another house. That'll probably be like 10 million. So, yeah, absolutely. Here are some of the bigger homes that you find here these days in the neighborhood. Very nice to see. Nice homes. The good thing about this neighborhood is that all of these homeowners, they really take good care of their properties. As if you didn't cheat this time. You didn't cheat this week so far that I remember. So you're off the hook. No. Here's Trimble right here. So we'll walk on over to the park from here. And you can see new homes are being built, so there was probably a smaller home here before. And now this home is going in. This home is much larger. Much, much larger. Yep, Asif had a pork burger. That's what I saw. Okay, and Korean rice cakes. Yep, I saw that too. I did not see any fried chicken. I can attest to that. Goes to show you if you resto makers make good food, it will draw all kinds of people. Like MPs, yeah. Oh, we're getting into fewer bars. That was my concern. So over here we're in Trimble Park. This is Trimble Park right here. At Trimble Park you have large fields. There's a lot of kids around here, wow. Large fields, lots of large spaces here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, they got a little pool down here too. I gotta watch where I put my camera here, guys. Yeah, a little pool down here. You can see. Filled in. They got a little climbing wall for the kids there. I think we're gonna, though, keep walking. Okay. And then a huge, huge field here as well. Right on over here, there's a giant field here as well. Okay. Really, really big. And they got tennis courts in the back there. I think we'll walk across the field. Or we can go further south. I just want to show you the size of this giant field that's over here. It's awesome. Got a lot of people just chilling out here. Neighborhood. And here's the giant green right here. And they have a field house in here too. So you can go into the field house. There should be a cut in the gate somewhere up here. There it is. And then, of course, over there in the background, you can see the downtown core. Okay? But if you can see a little white building here with some windows at the top, okay? And that is one of the private academies that's over here. And this is where our illustrious last Prime Minister worked. And this is where the famous photo of that Prime Minister came from. And this is the school that condoned that type of behavior at the famous, that caused the famous photo, where the rest of Canada had to learn a learning lesson instead of our illustrious former Prime Minister. So, there you go. But again, that school condoned that type of behavior as well. So, that's an interesting point there. Here's Trimble Park right here, though. Trimble Park isn't affiliated with the school. It's separate. It's city property. And they used to have an old. They used to have a fair on over here. They called it the West Point Great Fiesta. But last year, and as far as I've read, this year they're not going to have it, which is very disappointing. It's a beautiful fiesta. They bring in whole bunch of games and stuff like that. Like people can play fairway games and stuff. Very cool. Justin's talking about the Chinese pork burger. Yeah. So there's the field house right there. That's where the washrooms are, if you're in the area. And they have more facilities over here. So they got basketball courts over there, another baseball field here. Okay, and then a lawn bowling ground on over here too. And you can see there's a group of people out there. Having a bit of a get together. Interesting. Looks like they're having, that looks like pizza boxes. So there, we've just gotten nosy. Let's keep going. So we'll head down to this path here. And this will take us on over to our next area of town. And so up here is one of the areas. There's the little yellow house, the Quadra Daycare. That's a historic house, by the way. And then the local school right on over here. Okay. You get the more modern California design. Okay. And then you get the older school design. There's no kids in the schools right now. It's summertime. And it doesn't look like there's a summer camp here. So we'll walk onto the property and explore it a bit. There's your older school right there. Okay, let's see when that school was built. But this is your local public school over here. Oh wow, the bars are so bad. That's one part about this neighborhood that I do not like. The internet is crap out here. It is just crap. So yeah, newer schools over here, and that's the problem, is that also these schools are not getting filled to the capacity that they used to get filled to. So there's less kids that live in this area now to serve this school. Here's the old school right here. That's the old top. So the schoolhouse used to be just this red building right here, and then it got much bigger when there was kids living here, and there was a Safeway grocery store, and there was more to the area. And this is Queen Mary School right here. I think this is the dead end on over here. It looks like it. We can go out the parking lot here. I'll keep it off of the playground though. There's kids on the playground. I don't know what it is about Vancouver, but I have been seeing this more often over here in Vancouver, where they have these giant soccer field areas that are filled with gravel. And this is one thing that I don't find normal, is a big gravel area to play soccer and soccer pitches here. It just doesn't feel safe. We used to play all the time on the grass in Ontario. So if anyone has an explanation for that, please let me know. There's probably a good reason, and I'm just not understanding. So I don't want to criticize that. I just want to say this is what I'm used to, and this is what I'm seeing. So we're on Trimble now. And again, look at this giant home here. It's a giant home. Another huge home here. Look at the landscaping that's on that property. They have their own landscaper and everything. Really affluent area. Really, really affluent area. This will take us down to West 4th Ave. When you're on West 4th Ave in this area, and there isn't a lot on West 4th Ave until you get close to Alma Street. And we'll come back to West 4th Ave, but we need to go down further. And this is where some of the buffering may become a whole lot more problematic for this video. So just sit tight or go somewhere else and come back if it does get buffery. Catch the bus right on over there at that bus stop right there. Alright, it looks like there's some homes for sale here too, so I guess if you're looking for a home for sale, there's some homes here. If you got a few $1,000,000, you can buy a home. So we're getting full bars over here, so it seems to be a little bit better on over here. So let's head on down the hill, and we'll see if the transmission, if the link holds up. So there's nothing, no lights or anything. Oh wait, there is new lights. Okay. There used to be no lights. Oh wait, that's a different street. So there's the 84 UBC Express. That's gonna head up that way, just as like eyes with the house. Okay, we can cross the street. Let's cross. Look at what we're looking at here. Right from here. Check that out. Check that view out. This is how far out we are. So when you're in English Bay, okay, you look out at these ships, and these ships are way out here. Okay, what a view. And that's West Vancouver we're looking at right now. So we're parallel to West Vancouver, sometimes even a little further west than West Vancouver. Right on over here. We're really far out, and UBC is really far out too, as well as Wreck Beach. So yeah, really interesting area out over here. Let's take another look without focusing in. Look at that view there. Look at that view. So something that you'll see here every once in a while is a lot of rooftop patios in some of the newer homes that are built. Okay? Just so that they can preserve this view for themselves. And I can't blame them. The other thing here is you have really steep steps. So if you look down here, you can see there's like this ladder or lattice way built right into the sidewalk here. So you're meant to like walk on this. Okay? So let's head on down here. And yeah. Come, let's go. Of course, today you don't have to necessarily walk on the lattice way, but when it gets icy, you really need that. These hills can get really icy really quick in the wintertime. The other downside to living up here is if you do have to take public transit, or even if you have a car, the roads can get so icy and they're so steep on over here, it can get really problematic, and you can get isolated here for a day or two when there is a snowstorm. So you can see like nice little balconies. This looks like a corner apartment, maybe built for a family member, maybe an affluent person came and bought part of the property. Very interesting. Palm trees on over here. Oh, this is a whole new apartment complex on over here. Very interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Across the way there, you can see an umbrella on top of that. That's that rooftop patios that I was talking about there. So, you know what I know that I'm talking about. He's already have hers. Look at these flowers. These are absolutely gorgeous. You need a landscaper for this. Wow. And more palm trees on Trimble here. Wow. There's a lot of twists and turns in this neighborhood. Where does this go? This is like a city path. Where is this going? Where are you going, man? Where are we going? Look at this. Wow. Oh, this will take you down to this street right here. That's cool. Yeah, definitely a mother-in-law suite. Something like that. I agree. Very cool. Let's keep going. So we're on Trimble. We're getting somewhat good reception on Trimble. So we're going to stick to Trimble. Let's see what type of cars these are. Mercedes. More palm trees. Oh wow. Huge homes, huge homes. Now, the affluent people who live over here really want you to think that Shaughnessy's the more affluent area that way. People like me won't be walking through their neighborhood. But tough luck, we're doing a neighborhood checkup. Okay, so this is where the sidewalk ends. We'll see. Let's see what's going on. We're at West Second here. There is West Second. And it looks like you can pick up the sidewalk on the other side, so we'll walk to the other side. Do a nice country walk. What's on over here? Is there a park on over here? This is the whole community center here. So this is a city community center here at Alberta. Let's take a look at this. Let's get a little nosy. I didn't even know there was a community center here. Let's find out what's going on. Let's walk on over to the front. So first thing you see when you come on over here is gates that are open, so definitely open to the public. Beautiful, man. Manicured trees. And then this is a city building right here. Wow. Okay. Look at this giant city building here. Excuse me. Keister. Yeah, we're near Locarno. There it is, the West Point Grey Community Center. Wow. Let's get out of here. This whole like room here is just empty. There's like a fan and no, there's a fan in there. That's it. Okay. Oh yeah, we went like under a rooftop and it just shut off. Oh, there's somebody in there playing the piano. Oh wow. Look at this right here. They have a whole park here. Farther down by Marine. Yeah, we're gonna head on over there. Look at this. Yeah, I guess we can walk here. This is the community center. It's owned by the city. Don't see any problem with it. Don't worry about the spelling, man. That's not a big deal. Okay, we're exploring. There's steps down here. We've just found like a garden. Yeah, we're at the Aberto Mansion. That is right. That is right. Looks like there's a pathway over here. Yeah, I've never been here before. This is very interesting. These are all rhododendrons over here, so they'll flower in the springtime. Oh, there's a whole bunch of twists and turns here. There's like some stairs coming down from the mansion there. And you can come into this giant open way here. Oh, wow. And little community garden over there. And head back to Trimble. Yeah, Keister, this is interesting. Thanks for helping out with telling people some of what's out here. It's really appreciated. Like, as much as I lived over at UBC, again, like, I don't check out the neighborhoods as much. I'm finding places on these neighborhood checkups and just being like, wow, I didn't know anything about that. Biker gang. Here's Northwest Marine Drive right here. Let's head on down to the beach. So we're all the way down at Northwest. Yeah, West Point Gray Community Center. Yep. Yeah, we'll head across the street here. A mansion is available for booking wedding events. Yeah, it looked like there's like a nice little spot for the wedding at the back where I would take pictures and stuff like that. Amazing. Amazing. We're right down here at the park. This is Locarno Park right here. We're out by the Spanish. So we're at Locarno Park. Yeah, it's a huge lot. Look at all the land down here. Look at all the land, guys. It's more of Locarno Park. We're in Locarno Park right now. Robert's like, yeah, that's the Spanish banks. Yeah, that's where we're heading. That or Locarno Beach, one of the two.
I know.
We'll be over in that area. Yeah, it looks like we're at Locarno. And this part right here is part of Marine Drive. Very, very cool. Very cool. The signal's gotten a little better. That's good. We're close to the water. Oh yeah, totally. Like, is that the facility right there for Locarno Beach? If it is, the concession's probably open. Let's grab some food. Locarno's got some pretty good food at the concession. There's lots of picnic tables over here too. Before we do that, let's head out on this green spot here. Look at these trees. Huge. Oh wow, they're having a whole party on over here. That's fun to see. I was not expecting that. Here's the beach right here. There you go. There are lifeguards who are on duty on over here. Are the Spanish banks better than Canadian banks? What? I'll let you answer that question yourself. Look at the ships there, though. Look at that right there. Wow. So if you're looking for a different beach experience, this is Locarno right here because there's a concession booth. But the Spanish Banks is just off there. And even over here, this is super shallow out a whole long way. And that's what's cool about the Spanish Banks. So yeah, we're all the way down here now. Wow. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It absolutely is gorgeous. Look at this right here. Look at this. This is ridiculous. So there's the city right there's the downtown, or English Bay, and the West End. Okay? And then you look on over here. Look at that right there. Just look. Look. Not my mug. There. Wow. Like the house sound is right there. So these are islands on over here. The washrooms here. I need to grab some lunch, so I'm gonna come over to the concession and see what we can get. There's the lifeguard office. And here's the concession right here. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Can I get some fish tacos? One of the raspberry kombuchas would be nice. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
So the fish tacos and the raspberry kombucha,
Yeah.
the 21.60.
Okay, thank you.
The 10 minutes or less.
Thank you. 10 minutes or less?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Awesome. We're gonna wait on over here. This is the thing that costs the money. This ain't cheap. No, the kombucha isn't cheap. Okay. But it's brewed in Vancouver, so we're supporting local. It's a little treat. Yeah, it's gorgeous over here. It absolutely is. Do a night walk through there. Well, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, there's actually over here at Locarno Beach, there is, I believe, a vegan market, and it was absolutely huge. I just found out about it like a couple days ago when I was doing research on the area. So yeah, there's a few food trucks over here too from time to time. There's a nice little Cuban food truck, but I don't see it here today. It's usually here on the weekends. I used to come down here and get Cuban sandwiches for Asif and myself. Let's take another look at the beach though, for you. Show you some more of the view. Oh, suck. Let's turn this around. There we go. Just look at that right there. Look at those ships. That is just amazing, guys. That is just amazing. I love coming out here. I absolutely love it. I absolutely loathe, like, I don't like the bus ride up here, to be honest with you. Just seems like it takes a long time, but once you get up here, you're just like, wow. And it's so worth it. It actually absolutely is so worth it to come up here. So amazing. So amazing. Look at those ships right there. Let's turn the camera a little bit so you can see a little bit more. The problem over here, Robert, with a night walk is that it gets really dark. Really dark. There's not a lot of light here, and this place is not lit up. It's totally, it can get really black here. A sunset walk over here would be good. A sunset walk. That's looking towards the Spanish Banks. Oh, there's my taco. Thank you. Oh wow, guys, this is not, these guys are putting effort in here. There's some seriously good effort here. This is what I heard about this place. Some seriously good effort. You gotta see these fish tacos. Let's sit here so that you can both, there's the concession stand right there. Okay? Give me a sec here. Let's get this in the background here. You gotta check this out. Okay? That's enough resting streamer face. Check this out. This is beautiful. Look at this food. Look at that. 3 solid fish tacos here. That's awesome. Solid pieces of fish. All from right there. This is it. Yeah, it actually looks really good. Let's try the kombucha first. So this is your bucha brew, and this is raspberry. Again, this is the treat. This is the expensive thing. Ooh, that's good. It says Bohemian raspberry. This is the real life. Is this just raspberry? Yes, it is. Just sweet, tangy juice of this rosy red fruit. And the kombucha. It's got a nice little raspberry flavor to it. Pretty good. Water, kombucha culture, cane sugar, that type of thing. Very cool. And the fish tacos were 11 bucks. You gotta remember, you're in an affluent neighborhood over here too. You're not gonna find deals here. Okay? Everything's gonna cost a little bit more. It's all priced for rich people. Everything over here is priced for rich people. You're not going to find an EB10 over here. That's why there's people that live in the downtown. So, got a little bit of this sauce here. Let's put this on. This is actually pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. Okay, the fish and chips over here will cost you $21 though. It's about $18 over in Stanley Park, so it's cheaper in Stanley Park. But again, they gotta manage what they gotta manage over here. And I'll tell you too, there's not as many customers that come on over here. That's why it's a more secluded beach, and that's why it's people like to live over here too. It's quieter. Oh, you think it's really good? That's fine. Like, I don't necessarily know all of these prices. Ass is more of the price guy. He's the one watching the budget. Okay. First fish taco. This is a solid piece of fish too. Let's bite into this. Mmm. It's a nice piece of fish. Nice piece of fish. That's really tasty. And too, it's like a chipotle. Solid piece of fish in there. Solid piece of fish. Wow. It's actually going to be a good lunch. We keep it really simple. You get your taco shell. You get your nice fried piece of fish. Most of the stuff in there is fried. Okay. This is so awesome. I'm down by the beach, eating fish tacos from a great concession stand over here. Sure, I gotta pay a little bit of money, but hey, I'm not paying it every day. Yeah, out at Epic Beach too, here in Vancouver. So awesome, so awesome. And Justin's like, you're living the best life. And right now, probably. At this very moment, yes. When I wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to go to work, no. That's so good. And the great part, local. Again, I'm supporting local. Okay, one more. This is definitely filling me up. Mmm. Now, in the summertime here, there is a bus. I believe it starts in May, and it runs from the Alma bus stop where the 99 is. Okay. At Alma and West 10th, and Alma and West Broadway. That'll come all the way down to these beaches here. It's called the 41 bus. The number might have changed, so do your research if you're looking to come here. But there is a summer bus that comes down to the beaches. And they really did a good job here. And this isn't hard to do, but it's easy to screw up. Easy to screw up. They did a really good job. This is a really good concession stand. That's it. That was so tasty. Let's do some of those napkins. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta make the moments the best that you can. Okay? And sometimes we gotta hustle too. Like when I'm out here, I'm hustling. I'm also trying to produce something that you guys want to see. So like I came through the neighborhood. We're doing a neighborhood checkup. We're checking out some of the food. We're checking out some of the services here. Okay? We're seeing what restaurants are going to serve us and what aren't. And what the parks are like. So you can see like one of the big draws to this neighborhood here, okay, is the beach. There's beaches all the way from the Spanish Banks in West Point Gray all the way to Jericho. Okay, and we're going to walk along Locarno here now and head on over to Jericho Beach. And that'll take us back into some of the more commercial areas of West Point Gray, which really aren't commercial, not commercial. That's where some of the stores are, like the Jericho Village Plaza. We'll be passing through that area. There's some people ordering on over there at the concession stand. So we'll hear this a lot from the locals. They really do like this specific one. Yeah, I don't see any of the food trucks here today. They're probably taking a day off and they're gonna ramp up tomorrow, or maybe they're gonna come down a little bit later. I definitely don't see them here right now. So, but yeah, let's take our kombucha with us. And we'll throw this out. I'm just gonna come back here for another minute to the table. I'm gonna put my gimbal down so it's better for walking. There we go. And this is what I knew when Gil Herman was like, go to West Point Gray. I was like, okay. There was two other recommendations too. Lynn recommended Carousel, so that's a good idea too. And I can't remember the other person. My apologies. I can't remember your name off the top of my head right now. But and there was also a recommendation to go to Kits. So we'll see what we can do. We can fill it in. But Gil Herman was the first one to request West Point Gray, so I decided to come out here. This is awesome. Okay, let's walk along the beach path here.
I want her to cool down a little bit. So hot. Go, go, go.
Oh, that's cute. We're going to take part of the path just because I don't want to walk through that whole family gathering. There's a big family gathering down here right now. And we're going to head back to the beach line in just a minute because I'd rather walk the beach line. But I don't want to walk through that, directly through them. They're having a good time. Or these guys either. I don't see a lot of people will come down here for the picnicking. But now let's head on out to the beach line. Here's the beach line right here. Hey, good to see you. And you can see the beach right here, okay? Right up here. Okay, you can literally sit on the beach and sit in the shade right here. This is the cool part about Locarno, is they have these trees on over here on the beach right here. I don't know if we have this at Jericho, but we have this over here. This is absolutely epic. There's the pier. It looks like you can walk back out on the pier now, so there's a path over to that. It's a little easier to walk on over here. Okay, got a good signal out here. In the springtime, you'll see a whole bunch of rabbits out here, black rabbits, all over the place. You might even see them today. And they tend to hide during the sun, though. They come out more in the evening times and the early morning. And right now, they're just kind of, because they're black. All of these rabbits are black, so they get really, really hot. Oh my gosh, is that a... That's a freaking bald eagle out there. Holy crap. That's a bald eagle. Right there. Right here. I do not know if I can get that on camera. That is a bald eagle, guys. Look at that. That is a bald eagle. Wow, it's in that tree there now. You can't see it. Wow. So wild. Vancouver. What can you say? We just saw a bald eagle. And I actually got it on camera too. Wow. Hey, Crow. Good to see you. This pier was closed for so long. I've never actually walked out here. Look at this right here. This is so beautiful. Look at that. So beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful water. Let's walk out on the pier. Mark! Good to see you. This is Little Beach. It's mainly here for the Jericho Center. You can walk down the path right past the Jericho Center too. Okay. Mark, I'm going to read your comment in just a minute. Mark's saying, hydro. That fish taco plate looks well worth what they charge. Also, where is everyone? Summer is great weather to view the beach. I'm used to the scene in English Bay. And then Robert's saying cool stuff. I saw a lot of eagles up there, up in Tofino too. Yeah, beautiful birds. So yeah, Mark, this area is always a little more quiet. It's a little more of a quiet locals beach on over here. Okay, you'll get some tourists over here, but really, really quiet. It picks up on the weekends. We're here on a Thursday, so there'll be people here tonight, most definitely. But yeah, much, much quieter on over here. And that's one of the reasons. English Bay is where it gets busy, in Kitsilano Beach as well. Over here, it's always a little more quiet, but good question to ask. Because you would assume these beaches would be crawling with people too, and that's a good assumption to make. But yeah, a whole lot quieter out here. It looks like these are some public docks right here. You can take your boats and dock up here for a few hours if you want. This whole pier was wrecked during one of the king tides last year. So yeah, I never got a chance to walk on it. This is so cool. There's some people crabbing out here too. That's awesome. Other people fishing. Look at this. Like this is the thing though. Like people will just like, here's your little stall right here. You come out here. This is where you go crabbing. Okay. You can see crabbing lines right into the water right here. You just throw the crab cages in and wait and see. Look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that view. You got the sailboats out here from the sailboating school. No, he's got something. Look at that right there. He's got some crabs in there. Yeah, there is some crabs in there. Look at that. There's the crabs. That's cool. There's more crabbers here too. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back in 2 more weeks without the kids to enjoy Vancouver with my wife. Nice to see you, Miguel. Good to have you on the stream. Yeah, this is an awesome place. Yeah, if you see any ropes like this tied here, don't touch them. There's crabbers out here crabbing, so they're catching food. So, okay. There's another crab right down there. So, little one, he's got to throw it back. And some of these bigger ones right here will probably be kept. So awesome. These guys know exactly what they're doing. They're awesome. So. Let's keep going. How's the weather in August? The weather is pretty good. It's a lot like this. Yeah, definitely don't forget about the west side. That's the thing. A lot of people will come to Vancouver and just stay in the downtown, and that's fine for your first trip. But if you're coming back for another trip, come to areas like this. Go to like Fraser Street too, you know, on the east side, and that type of thing. There's so much to Vancouver has to offer, so much beauty too, and so much nature right here in the middle of the city. So absolutely epic out here, guys. Gil Hermie, good choice. Good choice. Let's walk past the sailing school here. So this is Little Beach on over here. I think it also has the name of Kelly's Beach. You can see it on the map if you zoom in close enough on Google Maps. If I'm getting the name wrong, you know there's a name specifically for this beach though. There's a nice little restaurant in there. That's in the sailing club. That's called the Galley. You can go in there. You don't need to pay a part of the club to go into the Galley. You can see a bunch of people up there right now enjoying themselves in the Galley. And then over here, this is the sailing center. Here comes in some of the sailboats right now for you. Yep, that's what I miss. Runs 24 hours a day, so true. So sailboat over here. I'm just waiting for the John Deere over here to pass. Good to see you. There's a guy in a chair. I'm gonna keep the camera this way right now, guys. There's one guy that needs a little bit more privacy. Okay. Okay. And here you can see this is where they store all of the sailboats when they are in the area here. There's some adults, some young kids and some teenagers in there right now getting some boats ready. And they have a sailing school. There's lots of sailboats out here. One over there, one there, one there. All different sizes, all different types. There's also sailboats. They have sailboards and kayaks too, and they have lessons for them as well. Love the sand over here too. The sand is less sticky on these beaches, I find, than English Bay Beach, and doesn't get as messy. Look at this, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And there you can see some of the parked sailboats. Very cool. Yeah, so there's one of the windboard surfers instructors right out there, and then there's windsurfers out here. You can also rent kayaks and windboards here. Not really in the winter time. I'm more in the summertime. The late spring and into the early fall. After that, they pretty much close up shop. There's your windsurfing school right here, so you can learn to windsurf. And this is a great place to learn to windsurf. Okay, they got all the equipment, they got wetsuits and everything for you if you need it. Great place to learn to windsurf. Lots of wind out here, but nothing too extreme, and it gets hard to control the windsurf board. And then over here, this is the kayaking center right here. And come in here, you can get kayaking lessons, you can rent kayaks, all that type of stuff over here too. Okay. Look at all those kayaks in there. We even got some cool t-shirts there too if you want some cool t-shirts. And I think it's called Kelly's Beach. I just saw that on the map. So I think that's called Kelly's Beach that we just went through. So Kelly's Beach right here. I got that wrong. That's okay. So we've left Locarno and Kelly's Beach. This is Jericho Beach right here. So it's more of a crescent right here, a little point, and then another longer beach out back. And then there's a private yacht facility on the other side there with the big yachts. Okay. Somebody's rowing out to their sailboat right now, right there, you can see. So, Jericho Beach right here, guys. I like, if I was to swim, I'd prefer not Jericho Beach. I'd prefer Locarno Beach myself. That's one of my favorite beaches. My most favorite beach is still English Bay Beach. I love English Bay Beach.
Yeah, because I don't know how crazy grade 12 is, but knowing friends that have graduated,
I think that guy was doing an internal interview for a management position at the kayaking center. That's awesome. Yeah, English Bay is much more accessible. You're right about that, Mark. I'm going towards the Skybridge again here, guys. You can see all the people out here. Shared bike path, shared running path. Oh good, that was for cans. Even better.
Well, do you want the first one?
Then we're just skipping the point here. You can check it out for a minute if you want. Again, Jericho Beach right here. Here's the point right here. Pretty much more of the same. And just where it's coming out here, like look at that girl, that woman right there, just walking on the coastline and the water. You can tell the water's nice, but the air is nice too, so it's not too cold to do that. I wish I could show you guys some rabbits, but yeah, they're all hiding right now. They're all have their black fur and they hide in the shade until it gets a little cooler at night. So over here they also have the Jericho Folk Festival, and I believe that's going to happen this weekend. So we got a whole bunch of big tents out here right now for the Folk Festival. Folk Festival is a paid event. Tickets are expensive. $100, $200, something like that. But you get a whole bunch of acts, so you're paying for a lot of different acts. That's gonna happen down here. The Royal Vancouver Yacht Club. Yep. Yep. So this is the field where the music festival is going to be happening. It's going to be awesome. If my dates are off slightly, just check them. I will not be live streaming. They put fences up over here and everything too. There's not much for you to see. When the festival is on. It's not a public event, festival fixed, private party. So this is where you can start to see the other parts of the beach coming into fruition right here. This is the bigger part of the beach here. They have beach volleyball at the back, and they have that stuff right there. And then what a view on over here. You get Cypress Mountain over here, Grouse Mountain over here. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So here's the field at Jericho Beach Park. That's part of the beach right there for you. Okay, let's take the path away from the beach. We're gonna head back on over and check out some of the last retail areas in here. You're seeing Point Grey. You're seeing the type of service you get on over in Point Grey. You get some bad service, some good service, some no service at all. Okay. Really sleepy area. Then you come down here, you get Locarno Beach. Again, another sleepy area here in Jericho Beach. But you can see there's a little more life down here. Beautiful views. So these are all, oh, it looks like they were doing a movie show down here. No, little folks, different furniture, barricades, still fencing for that event. Yeah. Very cool. Oh yeah, this is all for the event. Okay. I thought it was for a movie shoot for a sec, but it's not movie equipment, it's a whole bunch of fencing. Here's the local beaches over here. Over here you'll, good to see you. You'll see a lot of the professionals on over here. No, I don't think those guys are the professionals. But you will get the pros come down here because it's the quieter beach. And we'll just practice down here. It's pretty cool. Looks like they're putting together one of the stages on over here, or areas. So this is slowly coming together now. And then over here, this is where they have the other cafe. So this is the other concession booth on over here. But just to let you know, Locarno Beach is a concession booth is better than the Jericho Beach Cafe. So if you're on Locarno, that's the better beach cafe. But they're both good. I've eaten one over at this Jericho Beach one, and it's pretty good too. But Locarno is just so much better. So if Jericho Beach Cafe is really good, and then you can know Locarno is even better. They do the standard concession booth menu, and it's just different staff, different families, different people that run these facilities. Some of them do a poor job, some of them do a good job. Okay, and some of them do an even better job than some of the good, really good places. So we're gonna head to the parking lot over here, and this will take us back to West 4th Ave. You can also go along here, and this will take you through 1st Ave. And we're gonna come up here. I'll have to try the taco platter sometime. Yeah, it's good. So I would say it's good. So you're gonna go to Jericho Park. There are ponds over here too, guys. Some people don't realize that there's ponds here. There's like wetlands right on over here too, which is pretty cool. We're gonna head this way though. Hey, Crow. Just chilling. This will also take you to, when you come over here to West 4th Ave, this will also take you to the foot of where the Jericho Lands is, and where the new high-rise developments are going to be built. They're not anywhere close to being built yet, but that's where the land is slated to be built. Some super huge towers. 8 to 10 of them. It's an intense development. Some of the people in the neighborhood do not like that. But it's indigenous ground, so they cannot stop it. Which is good, because the indigenous people will drag the rest of the neighborhood into the 21st century. Instead of keeping these old buildings from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. This is a well-kept building, but this is not new. This is old, very old. It's been resited a few times. So yeah, we're just walking through one of the driveways to the parking lot right now. Over here in the park. Up to West 4th Ave. Beautiful giant field over here. You can see there's people just sitting in it, enjoying it, sunbathing. Nice lush grass on over here. And look at this grass, it hasn't yellowed yet either. Over in English Bay Beach, a lot of the grass is yellowed. So if you want to sit on some nice green grass, it's still on over here. Across the street here, there's a local community center right there, West Point Grey Community Center. And on the other side of the street, this is also the Jericho Lands. There's going to be a massive development built in here by the local indigenous group that owns the land. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the private school either. So they have a 100-year lease on their property. Are they going to build the buildings around the private school? I'm not sure. So interesting to consider. So welcome. A few other people have come onto the stream. Good to see you here. I'm Jerome Forestwood. You're on my channel, Jerome Forestwood, right now. We're doing a neighborhood checkup here in the West Point Grey neighborhood. I've done neighborhood checkups in many other neighborhoods here in the city of Vancouver right now. You can check it out on my channel. I have a whole playlist that you can sort through for neighborhood checkups if you need to. Okay. Neighborhood checkups that we've done here in Vancouver include in downtown, Riley Park, Little Mountain, South Canby. We're doing West Point Grey right now. Okay, we've also covered other places, including Oak Ridge, and there's more. So yeah, just working through all the different neighborhoods to see what they're like for you folks, because how often do you get to visit these? It's easy for me to just film in the downtown core, but it's also good to come out here and check this out. Frederick, good to see you. Yeah, we're still doing good. Since the last time you checked in. Good to have you on the stream. And folks, if you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. We're crossing West 4th Ave right now. And we're over here by the Jericho Lands. And these little houses in here are for the private school. And these are for the teachers. And this is one of the homes that our illustrious former Prime Minister used to live in. So when he decided to paint his body to look like my husband, not a good move. Not a good move at all. And the school condoned it, so yeah. And then over here is the military barracks as well. Okay. I'm not quite sure what they're doing with it, if they're keeping it a military barracks, but they're gonna build over it too, on over here. So this part on over here, this is a military property, believe it or not. Very interesting. And again, all of this is on an indigenous reserve. So this is West Point, and then this is West 4th Ave here. And you are on your neighborhood checkup with Jerome Forrested. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. If you want to support the channel, you can do like Robert and hit the $ sign and send me a super chat or super sticker. If you're watching the recording afterwards, you can hit the heart sign of the $, send me a super thanks. And then there's also channel memberships. Thank you for the channel members, it's greatly appreciated, including Mark donating 10 channel memberships recently. It's really helping elevate the channel. And all of those donations go back to us, of course, as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And then finally, if you want to take direct donations, we have direct donations to Interact e-Transfer to my email address, jforrested@gmail.com. And those are all ways you can support the channel. But most importantly, hit that like button. It really helps out a whole lot. That like button does fantastic things. Now, if you want to like share the link and have someone click on that, awesome. And two, check out the channel, that'd be great. And then finally, if you're one of the 60% of viewers that regularly watch the channel but aren't subscribed, hit that subscriber button. Oh wow, another building's gonna go up here. Look at this right here. What are they building here? So they're gonna have 63 secured market rental units. That's awesome. It's gonna look like that. That's really cool. That's really great for this area, because this is the area where they should build more rental units for the university students that live on over here. When I see rental units going up in the downtown core, other areas of the city, I'm kind of like, build more places people can buy. Not just rental units. So that people don't have to just rent, they can actually live here, own a place, set up a life, raise a family, all that type of stuff. But here, rental units are a good idea. A lot of students around here. That would be great. They'll live close to the beach. I'm sure many students would enjoy that. And anyone else who wants to live close to the beach in a new modern building. So this is Brecca on over here. It's the local Brecca bakery here. This thing is open 24 hours. So anytime you want, you can come on over here. Nice little Brecca bakery right here. Just like all the other Breccas. Right on over here. And this is the Jericho Village Plaza right here. So we'll walk through here for a minute. Show it off to you. So you can see a whole bunch of stores up here in the Jericho Village Plaza. Up top, parking. Okay. There's actually more shops down below here. There's a No Frills. There's a liquor store. There's the plaza right here. There's different restaurants in here and services, nails, cheese place, dental center. There's a Chinese restaurant at the end there called the Iron Walk. Okay. Music Academy, all kinds of things that are supporting the local community. And then right down below us is the grocery store and stuff like that. Let's see if we got enough juice to get down here. So, liquor store right on over here. Okay. There used to be a skateboard store over in there, I believe. Giant No Frills down here, too. Alan's like, I see A&W. Yeah, let's head on over there. Alan just retired from A&W. Congrats. Sounds like a... Hey, nice to see you. Good to have you on the channel. You had a great career. I'm just excited. I love this little Jericho Plaza here. So many good memories on over here. There's the A&W there. They serve the sandwich, the potato patty sandwich over here too. I'm sure they do at most of them, but yeah. You can get the masala veggie on over here too. Just like you can get downtown. And we are into the retail area right here. Okay. So, welcome. A few other people have come onto the stream. We are in West Point Grey. We cross the street, we're in Kitsilano, so we can't go over there yet. Gotta head this way. Nice Japanese place right down here. And there's a fresh slice. Here as well. It's a nice little plaza. Looks like they're looking for someone who has over here at the gym. They need a CrossFit level 1 coach, so I guess if you got that qualification, they're looking to hire. And this is the Empowered Gym on over here too. There's plenty of people in there. I'm not going to shine the camera on it, but there's plenty of people in there right now having a good time. So, good to see everyone working out. So this is Alma Street we're on here. This is the border of West Point Grey. This side over here is Kitsilano. Okay. And one big difference you can see is that over here on this side, there's a whole lot more towers. Okay. Then on the Kitsilano side, they do have some brownstones, some of that, but they do not have the huge towers, with the exception of that one right there, that they have over on this side, on the West Point Grey side, which is pretty interesting to see. Okay? It's just how the different neighborhoods regulate themselves. Yeah, we're heading, we just left 4th Ave, Asif. We're on Alma Street now. Heading back to Broadway. So we're crossing West 6th. This is like one of the tallest buildings I see in Kitsilano. Most of the buildings are like this level. If they're any higher than that, it's not normal in Kitsilano. At least down here in the waterfront. When you actually, if I'm remembering it right now, there is a few big towers over in Kitsilano, so I stand to correct myself. But down here, the contrast is really interesting to see. You'll see a few more new towers through the bushes here in a minute. And this is just cursory observation, so if I'm incorrect, feel free to correct me. There's one of the newer buildings there, much larger. And if you actually look over here, okay, there's just these taller towers right here. And you could see that also when we were in West Point Grey. A lot more of those taller buildings on over here. Kitsilano has a few of them, but West Point Grey has, for the size of its community, it seems like per capita, so based on the population, a whole lot more. Kitsilano has a whole lot more of these smaller condominiums that are 4 to 6 stories, which is really interesting to see. I have a whole lot more of those, So, and then there are a few towers here and there. So I correct myself. Good to have you on the stream though. Let's keep walking on Alma Street here. On the West Point Grey side. We actually got artwork on the side of the buildings here with like indigenous eagles on the new building. It's really cool to see. It's coming along very well. It was only like a wooden platform when we were living over at UBC, so it's good to see it all come together. Very, very beautiful building here. I like the rock on the outside too. That's an interesting rock. Interesting cladding. Oh, look at this. They're gonna have a beef fresh market in the bottom of it too. So they're gonna have another grocery store down here. This is gonna be needed. Imagine living below a grocery store. Asim and me did that in Toronto a few times. It was at even the expensive grocery stores, it was handy to live over top of. Started to figure out what you could get a deal for. So, really handy. But we're gonna cross the street in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more place and then we're gonna move on. Okay, Asif, do you want an Italian sandwich? Let me know. So this is West Broadway in Alma here. Sandwiches, yeah. This is Joe's right here. Alice was like, yes, please. Okay. Let's see if we can get you on. Let's see if it buffers when we go in. So we're in Joe's Italian restaurant and deli. Okay. Justin's like, I love Joe's. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I was just like, finally, he's giving me a sandwich. Hey, camera's on me. Can I get an Italian and a salami?
Yes,
Okay.
large.
If we can get the largest, that would be good for both of them.
Large Italian and large spicy salami.
Yeah.
Alright, is that everything?
Yeah.
Here's a go.
To go.
Would you like a bag?
Yeah, just to be safe.
Alright, so one large Italian, one large spicy salami.
Yeah.
Can I grab a name?
Jerome.
Alright, that'll be $29.11
Got it?
whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Would you like the receipt?
Yes, please. How long will it take?
Right now, maybe 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes?
Yeah.
Is fast.
Alright,
Thank you. Come on over here. So yeah, keep the camera on me. Okay, good to see you. Yeah, I'm bringing you home a giant Italian sandwich there. Okay? So, deal. Deal. I'm bringing As of the spicy salami sandwich, so he can try that. Yeah, he is the lucky wifey today. We'll go outside, we'll open up one of them, and I'll show you and take a bite just to show you, and then I'm going to wrap it back up. Okay, I can't go and buy sandwiches and just not show you guys too, so don't worry. You'll get to see the sandwich. We're just waiting for it right now, so yeah. I'm going to throw that into the stream in a minute.
Of a genre or a topic that you enjoy. And the learning is becoming somewhat easier. There's no friction and it feels a lot more natural because obviously you're watching a movie. You're not sitting in a classroom and at your university and there's a professor doing that. Maybe you and your wife, you're just watching a movie and you're taking
So Joe's Italian Deli. And the sandwiches are actually much cheaper than Mangina's as well as Dante's. Much cheaper.
Or dictionary or online. Obviously not a physical dictionary at this point.
They're $2 or $3 cheaper. It's around $14 a sandwich. Okay, but they're gonna be the big Italian sandwiches.
How native English is being spoken. For me, that really worked well from a very young age. I'm not asking you to go all out and try 10 different platforms. I think or just one Amazon Prime. Like it's
Okay, just grabbing the Google link for you too.
Or even $3. I don't think $4 is going to be that difficult or like that challenging.
So if you've never been here before, I just put it into the chat for you. Okay. Just gonna turn off my hotspot now. You don't need to waste battery.
So obviously the Indian accent is very different from the Canadian accent. Canadian accent is different from the British accent.
Look at the charger. So welcome. A few other people have come onto the stream. We're on a neighborhood checkup over here in West Point Gray. And we're currently at Joe's Italian Deli over here. Good to have you folks on the stream while we're here. And we started off over in the Point Grey Village, up on West 10th Ave. Okay, and then we worked our way through that neighborhood. Went through Trimble Park, came down Trimble Street to the beach, then went through Locarno Beach and Jericho Beach, and then came back on over to West 4th Ave here to show you a little bit of West 4th Ave as well. So here we are right here in Joe's Italian Deli right now, and we're just waiting for some of our food to come out here. They say it's going to take about 10 minutes, so probably about 6 minutes more. There's a few orders ahead of us too, so it depends on, it depends. It is a bit of a warmer day out today, okay, but not anything super warm. I have been walking today, so. And if you want to see what some of the great food is like in this neighborhood, I had some lunch. I stopped by the coffee shop over in the Little Umbrella over on West 10th Ave and had a mango iced tea on over there. It was very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay? And then also at the Locarno Beach concession stand, that's where I had some delicious fish tacos. Not all the concession stands offer fish tacos, so that's something to consider when you're here in the neighborhood. Okay?
On where we can, and this is very specialized feedback. That's the whole purpose of the food.
They're starting to work through some of the orders that were ahead of me, so I'm just keeping an eye out. They whip these sandwiches off faster than you think. Okay? And now we're over here at Joe's Italian Deli. So that's some of the, to get some Italian sandwiches for dinner. I'm bringing one home for Asif, and I'm going to open one up here and just show you a little bit of some of the food and then wrap it up and take it with me. The other half home. Okay? So, yeah, you'll get to see a little bit of that too, and that's some of the food in the area. So, just to let you know, like I said in the description, this is a very affluent area that we live in. There's a lot of university students here too. Rent will go anywhere from $2,400 to $4,000, depending on if you want a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. Ask the same hot YouTuber. You're gonna make me blush. Robert's like, you need a nice Italian cannoli to go with it, fresh custard to die for. Not a bad idea, but I think I'll stick with the sandwiches right now. I'm gonna have something sweet on Monday, so I like the recommendation. There's some people behind me that made like online orders, and they just picking them up too. So this place is like literally busy. University students will stop by here all the time to pick up a quick sub. They'll get off on the 99 UBCB line, pick up their Joes, jump back on the 99 UBCB line because the bus stop's like right out here, and just keep going. Okay? And if they get a large, they just split that in half. One meal for one half, one meal for the other half. Okay, great value. So, and then they have pasta dishes here as well. So if you want to have a nice pasta dish, that's also available here too. You can check on Google. Like I put the link in the chat, so you can check on Google to check out some of the recipes here and stuff like that too. And I'm pretty sure they have cannolis as well. So I think Robert's right about that. Yeah, I can see some.
That is the understanding.
So yeah, we're just waiting. Good food, you gotta wait for it. Can't rush it. Okay. Joe's is one of the more affordable places here. There are some student-friendly places. And the reason it's a little more affordable is because it's just on the other side of the Point Grey. Right here. Thank you very much. That's awesome. You are doing something which is out of your home territory, which is out of your comfort zone, which is out of something which you are not born into. Don't let anyone who's born into something tell you otherwise that it's a little bit do that. That's not a thing. And as far as I'm concerned, being a police first job, I think that this can be totally. So this is the Italian right there. About the length of my head. Feedback memos of this or that or a dossier. No, it's not that. It's just that
is why I'm saying that. So more to talk to people, the better it is. English is not something which is learned in isolation, even to your wife. I know that she's your wife, and you would want to talk to her in Brazilian because you're in the house. And I'm assuming that she's also Brazilian. Yeah? So why don't the both of you make a point that from this one onwards you can
So this is the smaller half. I'm going to eat this right now. I'm going to take the other half home.
She corrects you and she gives you
Look at that right there. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sandwich
public never try to correct you.
on this baguette here.
Nice and polite.
This is your Italian sandwich here
But
too.
when I tell you, just start talking in English. This will increase the frequency of, you talking in this language, making you feel more comfortable, taking the ice, making you feel more natural, that it should not come out of artificial breathing. It's all about frequency, it's about building muscle memory.
So good. So good. Oh, they used to have a pasta ganache. Ganache. Oh, yeah.
You just have to do it enough number of times where the muscle memory is there and things just come naturally. You're not thinking, you're not forcing anything, it's just a very natural. But okay, English is like, like my Brazilian language.
Well, you can't make everything. Menus do change over time.
With the repetition, with the volume of repetition, the frequency with which you're doing it. So like I said, the documentaries, the movies, comics, if you are into that, I don't know. Anything that you are reading from it, I want you to change your. It's going to be a little hard in the starting, but this will help you.
This baguette
Go to your phone settings.
is really nice. Okay. It's firm. It's like soft underneath, and it's got like a nice firm top to it, but you can chew through it really easy. It's not like a baguette you're fighting with the chew. It holds everything together really, really well.
That's totally fine. That is exactly a law.
Yeah.
To make the difficult easy, you have to sit with it. So change the font and the
Just to point it out, one of the good points of Joe's is it's really fresh. Okay. They're running these sandwiches through all day long. Like this place is packed, and not just with students. There's students here definitely, but there's families here as well.
It's not that bad. So that is the whole essence or vibe of picking something new, is to make it local and to make it like unique other persons, It's like a game. Today I watched one movie plus my
All that flavor. Nice tomato there.
Today I spoke to my wife, in the business plus my friends. You can gamify the process according to your own habits and liking. And that will be the only way you pick it up and you wrap up fast. Otherwise, in a Canadian context, if I'm being honest, they speak either English or
And like the meat on here is absolutely huge.
French, but even if you do, English is still more common in Canada. French is still in Montreal.
Look at that.
I don't think you are doing those regions.
I've obviously pressed it together a bit, and that's a lot of meat.
It's more present there, and in those part of the country on the East Coast, in BC or Ontario for that matter, it is still English. So if say you want to work in a bigger corporate, like you said you were working in Uber or Brazil, you want to work for Uber in Canada, the expectation would be for you to be extremely fluent in English. You will talk to customers, you are talking to your team, you're talking to other stakeholders, and they all are way too habitual or just way too normal speaking of English. So their appetite for fiction or their appetite for trying to understand someone else's condition is not that much. Like they want to speak with other English speakers because that's what they are used to. And if it takes someone a lot more time to get their point across, or if it takes someone a lot more say see that communication in understanding, there is some hesitation. There is some resistance to the process where they're like, okay, I don't want to talk to this person, get me someone different. It's always an immigrant who will understand that immigrant's condition a lot more better because we.
Awesome, you got a sandwich coming home with you. I'm gonna eat the other half at home, guys.
Maybe a Canadian or a British person might find it difficult that they're having to explore English because they don't see it as something new or something different because they were born in English. So that's why I'm saying that get that hesitation or anxiety out of you. It's totally fine to learn a new language and you're doing a great thing by doing all of this and investing in it. So these are the key points which I would want you to retain. In terms of becoming more employable, honest.
Let's head on out. Oh wow, you're gonna see like a line of people behind me. Like, look at this line here. Like, so many people have come in for dinner right now. Wow, this place is starting to fill up. So it's our time now to leave West Point Grey. I'd be happy to get back downtown, but this is a nice neighborhood. There's, like I said, there's some ups and some downs to that. Master up, yeah. That was definitely master up. Hey, hold on, don't run me over. Oh wow, he wasn't even gonna make it into the lane that he needed to be in. It's about to turn into oncoming traffic. I might have actually helped him. So yeah, we've just crossed the border and we're back into Kitsilano on over here. So this is where we are. And we're gonna head on over in there in just a minute. And on over, catch the 99 UBCB line out of here. Okay. So this has been our neighborhood checkup over in West Point Grey. How often can you say you've been to West Point Grey unless you've either been you've explored it yourself and you lived there, or of course you come here on the neighborhood checkup and you got to see it virtually. So that's the whole point of the neighborhood checkups, to show you parts of Vancouver that you may not see as often as the downtown core and stuff like that. So thank you for coming along on this live stream. Yeah. Massey Danum. I'm just learning that word, so I might not have said it right. But thanks for coming along today, and just remember to share, like, and subscribe from your neighborhood checkup over here on the other side of the border in Kitsilano from West Point Grey. Signing off from Jerome Force, and have a good day, folks. Thanks for coming along. Bye. Hit that like button. Yeah.